you're waiting to hear one good reason to try.
Good evening, YouTube. This is Chad Elliott, the Atheist Killer, better known as the AK, back to you with a brand new video. I've been on a nice little hiatus. This is probably the first video I've made in a couple of months. I had a few things to take care of, got those all fixed up, got my new computer, and here we are back at it. This video that I'm about to do tonight is talk to you about God of the gaps or a God did it argument. You see, this is one of atheists' favorite things to do. It's one of their favorite things to point out when they feel theists are resorting to a God of the gaps or a God did it argument. But this is a common atheist misunderstanding and a typical atheist error in logic, which we've all grown accustomed to. You see, atheists think when science has yet to discover the answers to certain mysteries, that theists like to fill in the blanks by saying, God did it. And therefore we would quit researching and trying to find scientific answers for things, thus leaving the entire method and process useless, because heck, if God did it, and that's the final end-all, say-all answer, then why are we even trying to do science at all, right? Luckily, this couldn't be further from reality, and no theist actually feels this way. So in essence, when an atheist claims theists are using a God of the gaps or God did it argument, they really have just committed a straw man fallacy. The atheist tries to redefine the theist's scientific position in a manner in which he can then easily destroy it and knock it down, oftentimes trying to mock that position and belittle it as much as possible in the process. Thankfully, the straw man that the atheists have created is not a valid representation of the theist position at all, as it refers to this God of the gaps claim. The truth here is that theists actually believe God is responsible for the universe itself, as well as all the universe's fundamental processes, the ones we've already discovered, the ones we're on the verge of discovering, and the ones which may not be discovered for quite a long time. God is the one who laid the foundation, made the laws, and is the creator of how every process must adhere to and abide by. They are all mechanisms for the way God has chosen to make things work. For example, why is fire hot? If a theist 900 years ago said because God made it that way, the atheist might claim, oh, God of the gaps argument, when in reality what the theist is saying is, in fact, God does make fire hot. We just haven't come to understand the mechanism which he uses yet. Now we know that fire is the result of a chemical reaction known as oxidation, which releases energy stored in chemical bonds. You see, atheists claim that every new scientific discovery only makes God smaller, when the fact is this couldn't be further from the truth. Every new scientific discovery doesn't make God smaller, but rather allows our Creator to be more and more revealed and proving how awesome he is. The same way you don't know much about a painter when all you see is his painting. When you find his paint and his paintbrushes, what they're made of, and how they work, you get a better idea of how the painter paints. So when us theists are asked a question and we reply God did it, and atheists think we're using a God of the gaps or a God did it argument, they're just misrepresenting our position, like usual. What we are really saying is that God laid the foundation and laws for how every process ultimately works and must abide. Theists don't want to stop searching for the answers to the way things work and throw science out the window. We love science. It allows our Creator, our Father, God, to be further revealed to us. We love it. We don't just sit back and say God did it and that's it and then stop searching. We already knew before we started searching, before we started looking, that God did it. Now we're just trying to figure out how and the mechanisms / paintbrushes that he put into motion. So in closing, what should our response be to one of these irrational, illogical atheists who misrepresent our position and try to claim that we're using a God did it or a God of the gaps argument, which they so often do? Simple. This is what I say to them. Atheists, figure out my real stance, and then see if your straw man still stands up, instead of trying to create your own and then trying to knock it down. That's a fallacy, my friend. God of the gaps, God did it argument? I don't think so. I love y'all, man. This is the AK, Atheist Killer. New video. I love y'all. See you soon. I'm out of here, man. Peace!